Good afternoon. The Philippine Coast Guard says it pushed Chinese monster ship farther away from the coast of Zambales province. In a statement on Sunday evening, February 2, PCG spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tariela, says China Coast Guard vessel 5901 was initially monitored about 54 nautical miles from the Zambales shore, but the PCG pushed it back to about 120 nautical miles away. Tariela notes the monster ship expressed intentions to promote peace and stability through mutual trust and cooperation over the radio. However, Tariela says that the China Coast Guard's actions contradict these assertions, which she believes shows a hidden agenda that jeopardizes efforts toward a peaceful resolution. He reiterates that Beijing continues to disregard international law and the established rules-based order through the China Coast Guard's unlawful presence in Philippine waters. In a separate report earlier Sunday, Tariela says the PCG deployed an aircraft and two 44-meter ships, BRP Cabra and BRP Bagakay, to Bolinao, Pangasinan after it sighted China Coast Guard vessels offshore. According to Tariela, China Coast Guard vessels 3301 and 3104 were spotted some 34 nautical miles off Bolinao. Tariela says the deployment of the PCG assets was meant to reinforce the Philippine government's position against the normalization of China's illegal patrols within the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone. Chinese vessels have been keeping a constant presence in the West Philippine Sea to enforce Beijing's excessive maritime and territorial claims over most of the South China Sea. An international arbitration tribunal ruled in 2016 that China's historical claims have no basis under international law, but Beijing refuses to recognize this decision. The alleged foreign spies recently arrested by authorities had been staying in the Philippines for decades, according to the Bureau of Immigration. Based on an investigation into the records of the alleged spies, Immigration Commissioner Joel Anthony Viado says the suspects had been in the Philippines for decades and had seemingly embedded themselves in society. According to Viado, the alleged spies have been holding legal statuses and have lived in the country for a long time before being found to be engaging in suspicious activities by authorities. The Bureau of Immigration Chief notes that some of the arrested individuals held work visas tied to companies based in San Juan and Manila, while others were married to Filipinos. Following their investigation, Viado is urging citizens to report any suspicious activities of foreign nationals that might be detrimental to national security. Viado emphasizes that the agency is serious in its efforts to stop who he describes as undesirable aliens from abusing the country's hospitality. He adds that they are working closely with the Department of Justice, National Bureau of Investigation, and the Armed Forces of the Philippines to gather information about the suspects. At a press conference on January 30, the NBI presented 5 more alleged Chinese spies who were reportedly monitoring the Philippine Coast Guard and Philippine Navy activities in Palawan, including the resupply of troops in the West Philippine Sea. The 5 suspected agents are facing charges of violating Commonwealth Act No. 616 or the 1941 Anti-Espionage Law in relation to Republic Act No. 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. President Bongbong Marcos earlier said he was very disturbed by the arrests, adding that it was important to determine whether there were more of them in other parts of the country. Muntinlupa Regional Trial Court Judge Romeo Buenaventura is found guilty of simple misconduct and neglect of duty in handling the high-profile drug case against former Senator Laila de Lima. In a resolution issued on November 13, 2024, the Supreme Court's First Division imposed a total fine of 36,000 pesos on Buenaventura for simple misconduct, constituting a violation of the new Code of Judicial Conduct, and for simple neglect of duty in the performance or non-performance of official functions. The High Tribunal warns Buenaventura that a repetition of the same offense or the commission of a similar act shall be dealt with more severely. The case stems from an administrative complaint filed by the Lima's legal counsels who alleged that Buenaventura violated judicial ethics and caused undue delay in ruling on their client's motion for bail in one of the Lima's drug case wherein she was accused of illegal drug trading. The Lima's motion for bail in that case was filed on December 14, 2020 and took 3 years to be resolved on June 7, 2023 under Buenaventura's watch. In their complaint against Buenaventura, lawyers Teddy Esteban Rigoroso and Rolly Francis Pioro said he should have immediately refused himself due to conflict of interest. According to the two lawyers, Buenaventura's brother, lawyer Emmanuel Buenaventura, had played a direct and important role in the preparation of evidence leading to the Lima's prosecution. Emmanuel Buenaventura served as legal advisor to the late Representative Reynaldo Umali, the former chair of the House of Representatives Committee on Justice, which led the 2016 inquiry into the proliferation of drug trading inside the new Bilibid prison. The testimonies of resource persons in the hearings, including Bilibid convicts, formed the basis for 3 original conspiracy to commit drug trading cases filed against De Lima and her co-accused. State prosecutors had accused De Lima of conspiring with Franklin Bukayo staff member Wilfredo Eli, the late New Bilibid prison inmate JB Sebastian, police informant Jose Adrian Dera, and De Lima's former aides Ronnie Dayan and Jonel Sanchez of drug dealing in the National Penitentiary for her 2016 senatorial campaign funds. This case was one of the 3 drug cases against De Lima that were eventually dismissed by different Muntinlupa courts in 2021, 2023, and 2024. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good afternoon.